All right, Kiss Army, welcome to the KissFAQ podcast. Thank you for giving us your time today and letting us into your head. I hope we don't do any damage. This is a Kiss-related podcast by the board for the board. We hope that you enjoy. Welcome to the KissFAQ podcast. I'm your host today, Julian Gill, and I am joined by two powerful and attractive gentlemen, Joe D'Angelo and our good buddy Andy Moyen. Andy, good to see you again, and Joe,
what's
very
up?
nice
Yeah,
to meet
what's
you.
up, world? What's up, Julian?
So, by having these two characters on the screen here, you should be able to figure out that we're going to be talking about, Andy, what is it called?
It's called The Gathering 2. Actually, Joe had the pre-party at the Howlin Wolf. How's that? Does that work for everybody now? Well, pre-party. Don't say the, okay? We got to get that the out of there. There's reasons why.
But we want the pre-cruise party if that works for you.
Yeah. The night before Kiss Cruise 7 goes out the door, floats away, we're going to rip it up in NOLA, right?
Right.
Just
so
a little bit.
This is Kiss Cruise 7. This is your second gathering, correct? This is the second one you put together. You did one last year.
Yeah. I used to did 4 Living in Sins, what they call Living in Sins, at the Holiday Inn with Jeff Hopkins, and then he wasn't going to go on a cruise anymore, so we made a pact that we wouldn't do it anymore, doing raffles stuff like that. So I still wanted to do something last year, so I says, hey, you call it the Gathering, basically gathering of fans from all over the world get together, because technically there's a lot of people. I think what they say, Joe, like 32, 33 countries.
It's like 35 countries.
Yeah. So was it just a good name, and then got Andy, DJ Noise to play it, and had some special guests last year, and actually had more special guests show up than we ever had, and I was like, wow, they just came out of the woodworks. I actually, not to brag, no, but the first time anybody's seen Big John Hart, in a long, long time, and he showed up out of the blue. I had to talk to him and his buddy, and then all of a sudden he showed up, and I was like, wow. So that was pretty cool. And then basically how this year started, there was a rumor that the Kiss Cruise 7 was going to go out of NOLA or Tampa Bay. There was rumors, and I kind of found out at the end, right at the last night of the cruise, that we were definitely going to go out of New Orleans. So as soon as I got off the ship, I started looking. And started looking for a place, and I had already hooked up with the Holiday Inn from Miami, so they basically hooked me up with the one in NOLA, so I started talking to the one in NOLA. But the thing is, New Orleans is always a hot area, always parties going on. Joe can tell you, Joe's right, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, NOLA's a hotbed of fun, no matter when you're going. But for something like this, you're talking, 3,000 Kiss fans descending on New Orleans the day before. It's going to be a heck of a party. So
yeah. So the thing is, I couldn't. The Holiday Inn, it's starting. It's new grounds. You have to start over. So when I talked to the Holiday Inn, they were actually really packed. So basically, they could only give me like 50 rooms or 60 rooms on that Saturday, and like 10 the night before, the 10 the night before after that, and then the 10 rooms when we get back from the cruise. And basically, they sold out like in a couple hours after I released the info, and I think it was in January. And I tried to set up the party there like I did down in Miami, but the thing is, I didn't think about it. Most of the hotel was sold out, and it's not like Miami. The one in Miami is only 100 rooms, but the one in NOLA is 300 rooms. So we could invade, we just couldn't do it, and they said it was too small. It's new ground. They don't really know us yet. So I started hunting around, and I was actually having no luck. I actually put a video up saying, I was almost in tears, saying this isn't going to happen this year. It's not going to happen. And I had contacted everywhere, like the Hard Rock, the House of Blues, and I got rejected, or they want a ton of money, which is ridiculous. But and they, like I said, like Joe says, this is a big party town, and they don't need basically anybody. They get people. Anyways, it's always a party down there. That's what NOLA's made. So I had contacted a place called Howlin Wolf, and they were getting back to me, but I had talked to Russ Doughty in Love Gun band, and Russ says, hey, Andy, I played there before. Let me give him a little nudge to get back to you. And I said, okay.
Nice.
They got back to me, and then all of a sudden the roll started, everything started rolling. So I had the trivia band already getting going, but I didn't have the place. So then all of a sudden they kicked in, and like I said, the Love Gun had already played there before, and so they had a good rapport already. So then that kicked in, and then I'm like, and then Joe had mentioned to me the last cruise, he says, hey, Andy, man, if they move this down to NOLA, I want to help you out. I know some NOLA. I know some areas down there. I know some people, might be able to help us out if we get stuck or in trouble or something, or we need something. And I said, okay, let's do this. And then Here we go. The ball started rolling.
Nice. So, Joe, how do you guys know each other, in putting this stuff together? Because obviously you got to have trust with someone when you start, trying to organize something like a gathering of KISS fans, which, I just have a great deal of respect for you both putting together something for the KISS Army, because it's just fantastic to get all the KISS brothers and sisters together in one place for this sort of event, whether you're going on a cruise, whether you're doing something in New York City for Peter Criss, whatever. It's cool stuff. So, Joe, tell us a little bit about how you know Andy, and also about, I guess, your cruise history.
Andy and I actually met on the first KISS cruise, which went out on Carnival, we met, we clicked, two peas in a pod, two diehard fans, and we went to all the Holiday Inn, the Living in Sin parties. Always hung out with him and Jeff, and just a good bunch of guys. And as you get older, you start to realize you want to. When you find somebody cool, you want to keep them. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep them around. So we connected. We've been, friendly and friends ever since the first cruise. And now it's basically, we just paired up on this, and we've been running, full steam ahead for the last, 6-8 months, really. And, it's every day something new comes up, and the two of us are constantly brainstorming with each other, and let's try this and let's do that. And I think it's a great partnership. And, it's a good pairing for the two of us because we both love KISS, but I can bring a little something of that NOLA in too, because I have a timeshare in NOLA and I go there every year, and I know the city, I know the party atmosphere very well. It just seemed to be a good fit.
He's more calm and more relaxed, and he can do paperwork better than I can. I can do paperwork if I got to, but I got to put it this way. It's kind of like I had said before. I do a lot of videos. People see my ugly mug on face, and they see the hair and everything else. I mean, Joe is actually doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Sometimes people don't see it because Joe's only done 2 videos now. This is actually videos, this is your second video, really. And I've been trying to get Joe to come out of the show because more people actually pay attention when the video stuff, because they can actually see you and they know the emotion. They can see it all, Instead
the problem
of just
is I have a face for radio.
You know what? All of those podcast guys have either voices for radio or voices for not radio. To go with the faces. So that's just how it goes. You've got the hair. I don't like that because it reminds me that I used to have hair, which is why I wear a hat. But Joe, we've had Andy on the podcast several times, and he's always been a great guest. But on the first episode, we put him through a little Q&A, and I want to do that with you because I always like to just get people's 50,000-foot view of their kind of history, because we've got very personal ones, every one of us. So, what was your Ed Sullivan moment? What was that one thing that brought you into the realm of KISS?
Well, I'll give you a quick history. When I was 12, 13, I started playing guitar. I got into KISS and AC/DC and bands that I could play because they're not too difficult, you know, back then. Then I met my wife. Well, at the time, she was my girlfriend. I was 18, she was 16, and she was the most rabid KISS fan I've ever met in my life. And that just opened up the door for me to all the things that, KISS offers. People just think they're a band, but there's so much more. There's a whole culture, man. Look at us. We've all had KISS rooms, and I have a KISS hearse hot rod. Who drives around in a KISS hearse? A crazy KISS fan. Yep. So you don't see that from other bands. You don't see a Metallica hearse. I love Metallica. Don't get me wrong, but KISS is just a band that I think the band and the fans have a way of pulling you in and making you feel like you're part of something bigger.
Awesome. So what was your first KISS album then?
My first KISS album was Alive 2. The first concert I saw was Animalize in 85, I believe, January at the Philadelphia Spectrum.
Nice. All right. So 2 last questions on that. What is your one song? It's your KISS anthem, your
Charisma.
Charisma. Awesome. Yeah. That's a great pick.
He didn't even hesitate.
Fits me to a T, man.
And that's the great thing about this quick Q&A is that these are not questions that should make you think. Any KISS fan is able to snap off the answers. And then the last question is, what flavor of Kool-Aid do you drink? Who's your guy?
I'm a Gene guy. I am. I never really had a favorite growing up. I loved Ace because I played guitar. But once I met all the members, Gene, hands down.
So what sort of things do each one of you bring to organizing a gathering? Andy, you mentioned that Joe's better at the paperwork and that side of things. Now, I've seen your paperwork because you came up with a heck of a lot of paperwork when you were planning your tour of New York City's landmarks back earlier this year. You remember?
Yeah, that's different. That's just like find it, locate it. My dots, and if you've seen my handwriting, is like chicken scratch. So only I can decipher the. It's like it's my like kind of gospel thing when I write. People just go, "Oh my God, how can it?" So, but Joe's really good at the paperwork, talking to the bar, and the bands and stuff. And let's face it, Joe and I are doing this out of our hearts, for the fans. Buy two fans for a ton of fans. That's how it works. I'll tell you right now, we are not making any money. Joe and I are not making one dime off this. Actually, and I won't even get into it, we actually spend money for fun things, and we'll get into that a little bit after. But we don't make any money. But let's face it, the bar has to be paid. They have to pay employees. The tribute band gets paid, and we'll move on. We'll talk about all the rest of the bands and everything else. So, there's stuff that has to be paid. There's bills that got to be paid. So, for when we get into the price, it's cheap, $10 for all what you're gonna get for one night. It's crazy. So we'll get into it. But Joe's really really good at the paperwork, and I got the big mouth.
Awesome. So let's talk about some of the acts, and let's just start kind of historically on this. What was the first one that you signed up for this gathering to?
Love Gun. The guys Love Gun, because I had contacted Love Gun. I knew there was a tribute band down there when I contacted Ross, and then we went from there. So Love Gun, the ultimate tribute band from New Orleans, and they play the whole Kiss Alive 2 thing. So it's it's pretty good. It's
good timing.
Pretty wild. If you've seen some stuff on their website and on their thing, and let me see, they sent me one. I had it packed, so I had to like fastly unpack it. But this is like their symbol.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. And they do this for the band. Like, so, here we go. www.lovegunneworleans.com. That's their website. You guys should check them out. And they're gonna end the night for us. And we, as Joe said on the other thing, that we are gonna have a schedule. We're actually working on a schedule this week because we've I'll let Joe introduce that because we had a new guest introduced. But Love Gun definitely is going to end the night for us. They're going to do the whole Live 2 set, and they got all the props, and they got all the good stuff. So that's the good stuff. Yeah. So, Joe, you can go next. Who's next? You should go from the top down to the bottom, you know what I mean?
Yeah, part of the thing for me, I've been booking bands for 30 years. So I kind of understand what the clubs want and what the bands need. So we've been working with this on the back end, and here's what we got going. Our doors open at 6. And the first thing we have, right about, I don't know how exact time, 6:20, something like that. We have a comedian, Steve Arick, who's going to come on and do some. He's going to do some comedy for us. And it's great that it's good and bad that the club is 18 and up because his humor is 18 and up. So that's the good part. When he's done, and I don't know if I'm stepping on Andy's toes here, but he announced Ken Sharp this week, and Ken's going to do an acoustic set. And have his CDs and things for sale.
He's got. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut.
No, go ahead, do your thing.
He's got this year's his last CD, The New Morning.
Yep.
He's out, and he's gonna play 5. Sorry, I got all the info, everything around me. I got everything tossed around you.
That's all right. Take your time. I mean, I'm just looking up there to see if I've got my Ken Sharp CDs handy, but as well, Ken's a great guy and a great musician, and that'll be a really fun set.
One hand than I have in my whole body. It's crazy. Yep. You know what I mean? But sorry. Here's the info because I got. Like I said, Ken Sharp's going to be playing a 5-song acoustic set off of the New Morning. His New Morning CD came out in 2016. And also, actually, Ken's going to come out with another album later on this year called Beauty in the Backseat. And he's opened up for like the Baves 3 times. He's got Prescott Niles of the Knack has played bass and stuff. I mean, this guy, he's an author and stuff like that. So, where's my stuff? I'm messed up. Oh, there it is. You got anybody who's interested, you got to check out his stuff, and it's www.ken/sharp.com, and he's a writer too. He's got not just like Nothing to Lose and the other books, the Kiss books. He's actually done Cheap Trick book, and he's done some what do they call Pops? Is that the name, Pops?
Pop.
The little
Power Pop.
And Yeah, and if anybody is listening to this and he's going to go to the party, that you can go to his website and check out all that. And if you want one of those extra books besides the Kiss books, it can ping me or ping him and then say, hey, I want this book. Can you bring it? And he'll bring it and he'll sign it for you. So, and also after Ken's done, I don't have the picture because it's sent along. That has Ken has 300 picks, special picks he made for this party that he's gonna hand out. So he's gonna have some stuff there you can buy. He's gonna take photographs, pictures, and sign some stuff. He's got some other stuff, and that's how it's gonna go with Ken. So he's got 300 special picks. He's gonna pass out, give to everybody after he's done playing his 5-set acoustic. So that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, and Ken really should not need any introduction to Kiss fans. He's given us so much over the past 30. I mean, he was in fanzines, Goldmine articles in the 90s, the books he's worked on with the band, and also being an incredibly gifted musician. And you know what? More importantly than any of that, he's just a great guy. He's such a source of wonderful information and passion about music. Fantastic guy. So Ken
very
Sharp,
laid back, nice guy. You can go up to him, say hi. He's very nice. It's all good.
Absolutely. So let's move on. Next act currently scheduled after Ken's acoustic set.
When Ken is done, we will probably have a little moment on the stage for Andy and I to do some housekeeping. The next band will be the Dives, which those who aren't familiar, Evan Stanley's band, of course. The whole, they're going to do, it's about a 45-minute set, and then when the set is done, they're going to come off, and we have a cool backdrop set up with the event logo and the Kiss Limousine logo, who is a huge sponsor for this event. They really helped us get all these things together, and they're going to do a little meet and greet. They're going to pose for pictures with people, meet the fans. I don't know about them signing anything, only because I have a feeling we're going to be tight on time with them. Just because there's going to be so many people there. It's going to be hard to get everybody in for a picture and an autograph. But they will be there meeting people, posing for pictures, shaking hands. From what I hear, they're really cool and really into the fans, so that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and of course, it's a sweet... Yeah, go ahead.
So I was going to say, when they're done, of course, Love Gun will come on, and they'll play till about midnight.
And the backdrop, and I just wanted to say, the backdrop is 2 4-foot, 2 and by 8 feet.
It's going to wind up being an 8-foot by 8-foot square on the wall that they'll stand in front of, and it's like a bright red wall with the logos that alternate, kind of like you see on a
sports thing,
on like when you Sports Center on the red carpet, that type of thing.
And it's free. So if you, this is one thing I don't know what he's been asked in the last couple of days and more, is that people are like, hey, can we bring cameras, video cameras? Do it. We want you guys. This is the whole thing about this. You're not going to get charged to take pictures with the background. It's all free. So bring your cameras, your video cameras, all night long. Videotape, take pictures the whole night long. It's all for you guys. This is what it's all about. This is what it's supposed to be about. Everybody getting together from all over the world that are passionate Kiss fans and just having a blast.
And I want to add something to that. And you guys, and this is not just you two, this is people who are attending this gathering, you better be streaming on Facebook when you can. If you got fun stuff going on, share it with the rest of us who can't be there. Don't be like, I'm on the cruise and you're not, so I'm going to hoard this excitement. Tease us with it, because, hey, if there happens to be a Kiss Cruise 8, and one can hope, you guys can be doing some advertising for that by showing us what a great time you're having and how we're missing something really fun, so that you can really torture us and say, ha ha,
Well, here's the other thing too, is that you never know what could happen. We have surprises. We have some stuff. Joe will show a couple things. And I'll show a couple more things. But you never know who could show up at any point. The word spread around pretty big. A lot of people know what's going on. So you never know. You just never know. It's one of those things. I don't guarantee anything, but you never know. Like I said, last year, Big John showed up, and it was kind of out of the blue. So he just walked in. So you never know. So, like I said, you never know. But the biggest thing is that we should have said in the beginning, though, Joe, is that we did say the 18. We've had some issues with people asking, can we bring kids in this? We've tried and tried. We just didn't blow it off. It's not Miami. It's not a party at a hotel. It's in a bar. There's nothing we could do about it. We tried to work around it with the bar and stuff. We just can't. we can't break the law, and we don't need any problems where somebody underage is in there and somebody gets a drink in their hand and bingo, everything gets shut down because of somebody under, drinking. Right. Which I'm even myself was a little thing when they said 18 and up because I didn't think you can even drink at 18, right? Down there, you have to be 21, don't you?
Yeah, it's 21 to drink, but you're allowed in clubs if you're 18.
Yeah. And Joe, you got the you get the picture of the CUP.
Yeah. Well, and something else we can thank Kiss Limousine for.
Yeah.
This is what our collector cups are going to look like at the night's event.
That's awesome.
So basically, if you buy a drink, it's the same concept as the Kruise. They do the Cabo cups on the Kruise. We figured we'd do something similar too. And I talked to a couple of liquor companies, and then I said, you know what? It's going to be a lot better if it's just us. So Donna from Kiss Limousines helped us make it happen. And like I said, they're going to be black. They got her logo on it and the event logo on it. And anybody, we have 1,000 of them. So anybody that buys a drink, soda or alcohol, you get the collector's cup, which is kind of cool. Something else you're going to get when you come in, we've got these things. It's your multicolored beads. The 4 colors of Kiss, of course, and they say that, which is the logo for the night, kind of an adoption of the Love Gun logo.
And we stress this, and we've stressed this already in a bunch of videos, and I actually, let's put it this way, Joe's a nice guy, and I'm a nice guy, but I'm telling you right now, we only have about 600 of those beads things, and they're free, okay, people? They're free. The problem is we only have 600. We only ask you pick one color because it's just a bead, okay? Some people already said, I got to get all 4. Please, just pick one color from us and then we want you to put it over you, put it on, wear it for the night because we don't want to see people with 2 or 3 or 4 because, let's face it, we only have, I think there's about 150 each of each color. So, they're going to run out quick and we want to spread around as much love as we can, as you're going to call it, We want everybody to get one as much as they can. And we can't stress enough, get there early. Even though your ticket says 7 o'clock, it's not at 7. The thing starts exactly at 6 o'clock. Let's put it this way. Mr. DJ Noise is going to really start off. He's going to be right there, 6 o'clock, music starts, bingo. And he's going to change it a little bit. It's not going to be like all Kiss music this time. He's going to play more of the heavy metal stuff, change it up a little bit, and then he's going to play some deep Kiss cuts in between those songs. And Andy will be playing in between all the other acts as things get pushed, moved. The equipment's got to get moved and stuff going to move. And in between when Joe, Patrice, and Kim are actually on stage, talking about stuff, doing some house cleaning. Like we said, we can't thank Kiss Limousine, enough for helping us out because not only that, Kiss Limousines presents Lydia Chris and Big John too. So we're going to give him a huge shout out for that too. So, and I know for a fact, let me see, I'm going to grab it. Yeah, that, because I got one from I went to New York. Big John will have these photos. I guarantee he'll have these photos. The famous shot when Paul's coming out of the limo. So that's pretty cool. Also, everybody knows Lydia Chris, for God's sake. She needs no introduction. She'll have books there. And if I remember right, you get the book. It's $50 signed. And she also has some 8x10 photos for like $10, I think, signed. And Richie, you know who Richie is, right? Richie played on her Paul's
Richie Fontana.
Yep, played on Paul's solo album, and she'll have his CDs. It was $5. So, So, like I said, we can't thank Kiss Limousine much, that because they definitely went out of their way to help us out. So, we can't stress enough how much for them. So,
yeah,
I'm sure let Joe do that one.
Yeah, one of the things with both Big John and Lydia, they are people who were there. They're classy people. Big John, of course, has come back into the limelight this year and is doing some appearances as he gears up for his autobiography to come out, which is, I am looking forward to that. Not just for his work with Kiss, but all the bands that he's worked with. And he was there with the band for so many years. So very excited about that. And Sealed with a Kiss, Lydia's book. I mean, if you do not already own that, it's one of those things that is a must-have. It really
is a great read.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. It's not only a great read, the pictures that she has in there, the layout that she did, the story that she tells is just told matter-of-factly, without any background agenda. It is just her story, which is wonderfully presented. It's an absolute beautiful book that sits on my shelf and comes out, probably once every couple of months for me to flip through those pictures. So fantastic stuff. If you don't have it, here's a great opportunity to get it from the person who wrote it.
Yeah, and so I have it signed to you. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not just doing it just to suck up, man. It's still the best AKA Kiss book out there. Still, to this day, and nobody's beat it.
It'll take a heck of a lot of doing to beat that book.
Yeah, and I don't think it might not ever be done.
So let's talk ticket price. Ticket price is what, $10 in advance?
Yeah,
$15 at the door.
Yeah. Here's the thing. They're $10 in advance, and you can get them at www.ticketweb.com. And we can't stress it enough. Buy them early. Get them. If you have a ticket, because people are like, I don't know if I'll get it in the door. If you actually buy the ticket, it's getting kind of late, so you might have to print them off at home. Kind of nice since it's like 2 weeks from now, but print them off at home, whatever. Or you could actually, I don't even know, Joe, you probably can even call in. I don't have the phone number, but I've seen some things that people have been calling in, saving them or whatever they call that at the door.
No, we'll call.
But but please, we're begging you. We keep telling people they are selling. We don't. If it sells out and you get to the door thinking you're just going to get in, you can get in. They're going to be $15 at the door. You might get in, great. But if you don't, so your best bet is the www.ticketweb.com, and it's 18 plus. And that's, you can't stress that enough. Please get them early. And we, like I said, too, people come early, line up.
Yeah.
This is going to be wild, man. I didn't even expect this. This is like way over than I ever expected.
And having been on all 7 cruises and been to numerous pre-parties and pre-cruise events, I have to say that this one really feels, now I know I'm involved in it, so I'm biased, but it really feels like the most involved that I've seen people be with these types of events. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, I think, another thing, and I'm going to segue into another guest, but James DeBello, the guy that plays Trip in Detroit Rock City. I mean,
where's my hat? My hat?
I mean, when you think about it, you don't.
Dude, we just saw James' mother freaking torch our Kiss tickets.
That's the closest you get to Trip, because you don't see him at Kiss function. So
never.
The first 500 through the door get one of these, which has the Kiss limousine logo and the event logo on it. The first 500 get one of these 8x10s. And if you take it to his booth for $5, he'll autograph it to you. And it's a piece of history. It's a piece of history you're not going to get anywhere else. It's just it's another cool item we're able to bring to people, and I'm glad for it.
Yeah, he's a wicked nice guy. and it's funny too. I've talked to him. His voice and stuff. He sounds exactly from like the movie. I just chuckle when I talk to him.
So I'm absolutely stunned. I mean, obviously I'm not going on the cruise, but here I am. I'm hearing about this event that you put together. $10. I mean, are you kidding me? $10 won't even get me a piece of toast in San Francisco. Yeah. But you're going to give people a cup.
Yeah.
An event cup, an event bead. I can't remember what they're called. I did think
we just call them necklace beads, whatever.
Necklace beads. You're going to have a DJ.
Sure.
You're going to have a Kiss tribute act. You're going to have Ken Sharp. You're going to have the Dives. You're going to have.
We also got.
Wow.
We're not even done yet. You still got. Also, I don't know if anybody. Jake Johnson and the Kilroys. Jake is a huge Kiss fan. He's been a huge Kiss fan his whole life. He's got his own band. He was on the Kiss Cruise last year, the year before. I'm sorry, I forgot. Top of my head. And him and the band. Actually, I just want to give a shout out to him too, because he really jumped in on it. He's like, Andy, man, we want to be there. We want to be there. We want to meet the fans. We want to greet them. We want to, we got some CDs and some pics and this and that and everything else. I said, okay, cool. So Jake and the Kilroys, the whole band is going to be there to say hi to everybody, take pictures. They got pics, they got CDs, they got stuff, and say hi to everybody else. And also, I wanted just to make another shout out. If you're in town on Friday night, Jake and the band, Jesus, I can't even. Killjoys are actually playing at the Howlin Wolf in the Den area on that Friday night for $10. So if you're around and you want to see a full set, Jake playing in the Kilroys, he's going to be at the Den on Friday night. So, and if not, if you're going to come to our party, they're going to be all hanging around with us Saturday, and they're really, really excited to come out and hang out with everybody. So that's another thing.
Yeah, it sounds like all the pieces have fallen into place very well for you guys. Love Gun obviously doing the Alive 2 set right around the time that it's that album's 40th anniversary is just a great confluence of, I mean, if that's the thing that they like doing the most anyway, it's still very cool that just kind of fits in very nicely. And like you said, you just don't know who might pop up at this event. What's the capacity of the club, do you know?
It's about 1,200, but it's probably going to be closer to about 1,000 that night because of all the tables that we're going to have for all of the guests. So so we haven't even finished mentioning all the guests. I mean, and we can finish telling you some more, but it's about 1,000 people basically, give or take.
Yeah, jump into some more guests, Joe, whenever you're ready.
Well, we this week, Andy mentioned Ken Sharp. The very next day, I talked to Ken Kelly's camp, and Ken Kelly is going to be there now. So he's going to be there with his,
And if you don't know who the hell Ken Kelly is, you better jump off the KISS boat right now.
Jump on it.
I'm telling you right now.
And you know what he's going to do?
Who the hell Ken Kelly is? You got an issue.
Yeah. If you don't know who Ken Kelly is, you'll be walking the plank.
I will tell you, he tells some of the best stories too when you talk to him. He's a great storyteller. So he's going to be there.
And just to say one more thing about Ken Kelly, because I had a table next to him at the LA Expo. He's also an incredibly nice and engaging gentleman. Not only the stuff he's done for KISS, he's got some great other artwork. Very, very nice guy. Yeah. And as you just said, great stories. So please continue.
Yeah, I met him in Vegas, and he acted like he knew me my whole life, and we just chatted very casually. It was very, very nice time. So, go ahead.
I don't. The thing is, no, I just don't miss anything with Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly has offered this, right, Joe? You want to say it?
No, go ahead.
Oh, Ken Kelly told Joe the other day, offered that if you could. I also hooked up with the L.A. Louisiana, L.A. not like L.A. SPCA. They shelters for animals, okay? And they take in a lot of animals, and you figure Texas got hit by the hurricane and stuff, so they're helping out a lot. People because we got animals coming up from here from all this thing, and that's from way down. So actually, I hooked up with the SPCA like long ago. So basically, Ken Kelly says if you bring a donation, because this is the thing, we don't want no money. You cannot. You come to the party, you want to donate, you cannot donate money. We're not going to take cash. We do not want to take money because we don't want it to just disappear somewhere. So the best option that I came up with, hey, I talked to them and says, what can we do? Can people bring stuff? And they said, yeah. So they gave me a website for a wish list. So if anybody's interested, you go www.la-spca.org/donate/wish list. And we put the wish list. We talk about it. We got up on the website. And Ken Kelly's offered, if you bring something, you can get a picture with him for free.
Nice. So that is very generous, and also for a very important and good cause.
Yep. So even if Ken Kelly wasn't doing that, we were still after everybody. Please bring something. It doesn't have to be big. If you see the wish list, some of the wish list, it's small. There's gift cards. There's ping pong balls. There's like toys. It doesn't have to be massive stuff for pets. It's just little things can help. And like Joe says, after I think the dives, we got a little bit more time. So we want to show them. And they're going to come here. They're going to come to the party and basically collect everything night. So we're going to have a little presentation for them up on stage, and we're going to cheer the shit for them because those people do a lot of hard work for the things that we love. Because we can take care of ourselves. Well, most of the time we can, but but pets, animals can't. We're the only ones that can really help them in the long run. So let's do this. Let's KISS Navy, KISS Army, KISS Cruises, you name it, wherever. We're let's show some love.
What I love is that you're not just blowing into New Orleans and partying. You're doing something, giving something back to the community while you're there. Whether it's pets, whether it's all these good things that you're trying to do. That it's not just about you and the KISS Army, that you're doing something. So respect to you guys for doing that. So who else? What else? Keep going, guys. I'm enjoying this.
Well, the Lynn Goldsmith released her book KISS 77 to 1980. And they are going to be at this event as well with books for sale. About 150 to 200 of them will be signed by Lynn herself. We are trying to solidify a few other signatures. We're still working on that. I got 2 weeks to do it. there is a chance that maybe some of the books might have one of those. They call them, I think they call them book placards. They're the ones that whoever the author is will sign, and they can kind of insert them into the book.
Oh, right, cool.
So they're trying, the distributor is trying to get other people, Gene and Paul, but I didn't say that, to hopefully sign it as well. And that just makes it more of a collectible. If not, just the fact that the book is on sale is great, because how many people want the book and don't have it yet?
Yeah, it's sold out on Amazon right now, and it's waiting restock. Yeah. So people who missed the pre-orders, and some of those who missed them, and plus those folks coming in from other countries. That's going to be a big win for them if they're able to get a copy there and take it back with them and save themselves a horrendous amount of postage, because I don't know if it was distributed.
That book is heavy. I've seen a book up and personal. Somebody else got it, and I'll tell you, that thing must weigh 15 to 20 pounds. It's mint, man.
Yeah, it's a heavy book. I've got it behind me, and she's taken a hell of a lot of important photos about the band. So that sounds like another great opportunity. So get your copy of Sealed with a Kiss and Lynn's 77 to 80 book, and wow, you got your own personal library with you.
Yeah. Yep.
And you got the Bill Alcoin Hall of Fame. We want to mention that.
Yeah, because I got to do all the. Yeah, we have Tom Feely, who's the director of the committee to induct Bill to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's going to show up, and you can go to let's face it, I'm going to say this, I've said this a million times, all right? I've always hated the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I can't stand it. Not just because they wouldn't let Kiss in at the time. I think it's just a load of crap, period, because it's just crap. It's not even rock. It's a bunch of other. So anyways, I'll let that go now. So anyways, I've always said I hated the thing. But now that the original Kiss is actually in it, they're actually in it. Bill O'Coin should be in that damn place too now, and we got to make it happen. So please, Tom Feely's going to be there. We want you to sign it. It's this petition. Thank you. I'll say it. I'll say the word. Sign up. We want you to sign up. So you come in the bar, you go in the back, you find Tom. We'll have a whole setup, and you go over there and say, "Hi, Tom. I want to sign up. Please sign up," because Bill O'Coin. Let's face it. If it wasn't for Bill O'Coin, Kiss doesn't really get off the ground, totally off the ground. And if Kiss doesn't get off the ground, we wouldn't be doing this.
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah, 45 years later.
45 years later. And, of course, Bill wasn't only just responsible for Kiss. He worked with a lot of other acts, not only Billy Idol, who obviously is an important part of pop culture in the 80s, and
still
all the bands in the 70s that were signed to AMI. So Bill wasn't an originator. He was an innovator, and he was also, a really nice guy. So, they've been having a very strong push on this petition. And, as a Kiss fan, I think it's important to honor those people who are no longer here, who played a large part in the story. So I would stress that do sign that petition. If you're going to this event, and they're on the cruise as well, aren't they?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't
then
know
you've got to take the opportunity at the gathering too, especially if you're coming in from out of country, so that you can register your vote to get him and get him some recognition that's been lacking since he's passed on.
Yeah, and then next time we need Sean Delaney in there next.
Yeah, baby steps. Let's work on Bill.
I know. But you could actually check out too. It's www.aucoinglobe.com too to check it out. To sign on. But I would no offense. I want to see a lot of people sign in. I want to I told Tom, man, we're gonna have a lot of people there from all over the world and then some, because it's not just for cruises. If you live wherever you live. If you just want to come in for the weekend, you can. It's open to the public. We're not like, it's only cruises only, and whatever. We want whoever Kiss fans from around the world. If you could fly in or come in and walk, drag, whatever, take a donkey, or a carriage, we come. That's what it is. It's all about just having I'm telling you, this is going to be insane.
Yeah,
lots of fun.
It's almost the New Orleans Kiss Expo this year, isn't it?
Well.
Kind of turned into that a little bit, yeah.
I tried. No, I'm just kidding. So, but sorry, I got one other thing. I think I only got one other thing because the other day I got home yesterday and I got a surprise in the mail. I know you guys usually. I think you guys all get along on the podcast. I know you guys do because I talk to everybody. But Mr. Matt Porter, he's got a secret surprise box yesterday from Matt Porter and Ken Mills and Gary Shell. They basically said, well, first I'll do one where Jesus, I can't speak today. Where music and minds meet, Monco Radio. You know, Matt Porter's talking about it. Where music and minds meet, Monco Radio. He sent me. I'm trying to get in there. Matt sent me 100 of these to give away and pass out, or we toss out, whatever we decide to do with them, right? We'll find some fun ways. And they're like 3-inch round buttons in the Kiss room, and he wants you to represent. So if we gave you one, put it on, man, take pictures, and post them to Matt. And also, like I said, Ken Mills, the Godfather of, they said the Godfather of, he does a. If you've never heard Ken, he does a really, really good impression of Gene. It's pretty damn funny.
His not Gene Simmons impressions are as legendary as he is, because Ken Mills, I love to death. He is the Podfather. He's an original. Yep.
And they sent him and Gary sent these in. It's and I'm trying to get close. You can see the little icons. The Kiss side. There's a boot. I mean, really, really cool. So you can check them out too, man. They got a www.podkiss.com too. They got a website. You guys should take, if you get one of these pins, man, put it on, take pictures, and post them. Like Julian said, man, we don't be greedy. Show the world everything what's going on.
Yeah, share with the rest of us. And I think you just raised a very interesting point a moment ago, that this is not reserved strictly for people going on the cruise. This is an event that anyone who's in the area can go to ticketweb.com, drop your $10 in advance so that you make sure you have a ticket, and anyone can go. So if you can't participate in the cruise, this is a great $10 way to get close to those people who are going to be having a great time. And also for Joe and Andy, who've put a lot of work into organizing this event. So that's just a very important thing, I think, that we need to stress, that it's not an exclusive. You're not showing up and having to show your cruise ticket. Anyone is welcome.
Right. Yep. Anybody who loves Kiss, come through the door and love the band with us, because that's what we'll all be doing.
Oh, look, somebody wants to say hello.
Hey, Kim.
Yeah, my partner in crime here. She has to. She is a Kiss fan. She is a big diehard Kiss fan. Yeah, and she knows this is a lot of work, right? It's a.
It's a labor of love, though.
Yeah,
she
knows a lot of
work. Nothing worth doing is not hard work, and you guys are going to reap the rewards. I hope that all of you are able to actually enjoy the event and not just be running around fighting little fires. Who's up next? Who's this? Who's that? I hope that you're able to, Andy, I'm expecting you to shoot some Facebook Live video and get on Facebook and say, this is Andy, I'm at the Howlin Wolf, and here we go.
Yeah, we'll the tentative thing, like I said, we're going to have a schedule like Joe said. DJ Noise starts off at 6. We're hoping around 6:20. Steve comes on, then the dives will come, and then Ken Sharp will come on, then the dives, and then Love Gun will end it at midnight. And if I'm right, Joe, right, the bar's still going to be open after that, right? It'll still be open for a couple more hours. So even though technically the official gathering / pre-party be over, the bar's still open, so it'll still be time to hang around and.
Yeah, well, the guys from Love Gun, they like to come out afterwards and pose for pictures with people. So we figure while they're doing that bit, DJ Noise can still spin some music after Love Gun is done. And hey, the bar is not going to mind because they want to sell drinks, so that's what they're in business for. So we'll have a good time as long as we can, as long as we have a good time.
Excellent.
Oh, we will, and because I promised, kid, and Joe, there's always going to be bumps and hurdles, so people just have to go with the flow with us, and we'll do the best we can, but it's going to turn out to be as I say, a wicked awesome night. So, that's, like I said, we're going to have to, we're going to get on stage a couple times, I hope, like in between the acts, like I said, to, like Joe said, housekeeping, thank yous, appreciations, and sometime in a moment, we're going to do a moment of silence for everybody, for people who've, we've have lost through the last couple of years, who've gone on a cruise and who've lost they're no longer with us. We should take a moment for silence for all the people who make this to be even possible. You know what I mean? We've had some bad tragedies, some bad weather, and some bad things. And we basically will take a moment of silence for a moment or so. And I hope everybody, when we do that moment of silence, everybody just keeps quiet for a moment. So, and then after that, we rip it up. You know what I mean? So
rock and roll party in NOLA.
Yep. And we can't stress enough. Go to www.ticketweb.com and get your tickets. They're only $10 in advance. They're $15 at the door. But like Joe says, or we say, it could be, you don't want to be left in that long line. Get up to the line and they're sold out. There's nothing we can do about it. You'd be like, I can't get to the door.
Well, basically, what wound up happening is once you start growing this thing to the level that it's become with all these guests and these great bands, where are you going to go see the Dives, Kiss tribute bands, meet all these people for $10? You're not. So what's happening is people are buying these tickets up quick, and that's great. But now what's going to happen is if you don't get your tickets in advance, you don't get in because there'll be none at the door. So I'm telling people, buy them now while you can. TicketWeb has an option where you can print them right out at your home, so you can bring one of the paper copies. It's a shame you don't get the nice little ticket stub, because I like to keep the ticket stubs from all the places I go to. But I still think it's an excellent idea to get your ticket in advance. It's just prudent if you want to be there, spend the $10 and get your ticket.
And just to stress to some of the folks who hopefully are watching this who are coming in from international, there's a different culture in some countries that you do bring your children to bars, and it's allowed. It is not allowed in the United States. In New Orleans, there are very strict laws, so it's not meant as any disrespect to you that you cannot bring someone who is under 18. 18 plus means 18 plus in this country, so please don't be offended by that. These guys have put a lot of effort into an event, so I would just strongly recommend that you respect the rules and make arrangements for, if you have under 18s, make arrangements, because if you're coming in and you know other folks and maybe one doesn't want to go, if they can supervise your child that evening in a safe manner, do those things in advance, but get your tickets. Get your tickets from TicketWeb.
Yeah, and also I just got to stress this out too. Besides the 18 and up, there are no backpacks allowed. With the things that have gone on with the world lately and stuff like that, there are no backpacks allowed. Okay, try not. I don't know, a lot of sporting events, everything. If I would bring a clear bag like they do now in sporting events. Bring a clear bag, because if you're going to buy a books or you're going to get the autograph stuff and you want to put some, I would bring a clear bag to bring it in with you. So because they do have the right to check you, and I'm pretty sure we are going to get checked as you go in. So we want to have a safe, but awesome time. So, and also don't forget your ID. You need an ID. You have to show that you're 18 and up. If you don't get there, you don't have an ID and say, oh, I forgot it at the hotel. Guess what? They're going to say you're out of line. Yep. So
and they don't care if you look 65. This is how things work here nowadays. That you get carded, have your ID, and if you're an international guest, bring your passport. Just make sure that you're prepared. That's the way things work here. No disrespect is meant. It's all a matter of keeping everyone safe and making sure that laws are followed. It's no disrespect is meant to you.
Yeah, no, you can't bring any outside drinks. You can't bring any outside food. We did post a thing with the link, but that was the biggest thing about bringing bags. They don't want no backpacks. So, like I said, I would bring. They make big clear plastic bags. Bring one, roll it up with you, and bring it with you.
If you're interested in buying a copy of Lynn's book, or Sealed with a Kiss, or you plan on collecting as many goodies as you can, signed things from James DeBello or from Ken Kelly, bring a clear bag. They're easily available. Just be prepared. They'll come in handy on the cruise as well, and a clear bag is a clear bag. Leave your love guns where they're supposed to be. Don't try and bring any of that stuff in, and just have a safe and wonderful night. And, let's wrap up there. Gentlemen, Joe, Andy, I have a great deal of respect again for what you're trying to organize, and I wish you the very best of success for this event. I hope you both have a good time, and that everyone attends this, has an absolutely incredible evening before you all go out on an incredible event with Kiss on the cruise. So,
thanks.
Congratulations for bringing this from idea to reality. And, I'm going to wrap it up with one word. Ticketweb.com. Get your tickets now. And, just listen to this podcast and follow some of the things that have been mentioned, and you'll have a fantastic time with all of these incredible personalities and acts. So, from me, from Joe, from Andy, rock the hell out in New Orleans at the Howlin Wolf on November the 4th. Doors open at 6. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for spending time listening to the KissFAQ podcast today. All sales are final, there are no refunds. If you'd like, look us up on Facebook or come over to the KissFAQ message board and discuss the topic we broadcast today. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes, Spreaker, or wherever you've listened to the show. We hope you'll join us again.